Catus. Maximus here, this time with a review of the Performance Tool Spark Plug Wire Tester. And once again, they do have a nice little set of instructions on the back. This is a pretty simple little tool. You just have a wire with an alligator clip, which you clip on any part of the car that's grounded, not a positive terminal. Even though they put a red boot on it, they should have put a black boot on it. It has a neon light in it. And then this odd little metal fork. One end of the neon light's connected to this metal fork. The other end of the neon light's connected to this wire. Since it's a spark plug wire tester, that's why they're using a neon light instead of any kind of LED or electronics, because it's working around high voltage, 20 to 50,000 volts. That's what it takes to ignite a spark in a car engine, or any spark ignition engine. Doesn't need much electricity for a diesel, though, should say that. How this works is you would just attach this anywhere. We'll use the package as the variable engine. And let's get a wire here. We'll use this old wire from this Makita DA4511 here. I'll get to reviewing that in a little bit. So we'll use this wire. And let's see, do you think maybe it's due for a replacement? Probably not. This thing can go another 35 years. So what would happen is you would start at the coil pack. You put this around the wire and you would start going down the wire. And this light would stay off. Excuse me. The light will stay on. What you're doing is you're creating a short circuit, and with that high voltage, even with the insulation on the spark plug wires, it will arc through the insulation and set off the little neon light, making it blink. And you would just go along the wire until the blinking stopped. And then you know that the spark plug wire is indeed broken. If you end up making it all the way across the whole wire down to the spark plug, then that means either the issue is right inside the rubber boot, or is with the spark plug itself, or isn't wire related. And surprisingly enough, on many vehicles, if it's really dark, you turn off all the lights, pop the hood on a really dark night, you can actually see little sparks that are escaping, particularly from cheap spark plug wires. A lot of people didn't know that, but yeah, you can actually see a little electrical storm with the spark plug wires. The nice thing about this is it will work with either older carbon core style spark plug wires or more newer, known as wire wound spark plug wires, just because it's just creating a short circuit. So as soon as you get past any point where there's a break, then there isn't enough energy getting through in order to complete a circuit. So as soon as you move past the break, then it's just like a disconnected wire and this thing will stay off. And so it actually can be, for a simple tool that's actually pretty quick and easy to use, it can be handy to diagnose spark plug wire issues. You know, things that cause engine codes like misfire codes, rough running, all that kind of stuff you can easily say, oh, you know what, you actually do have bad spark plug wires, even though they look absolutely fine. Internally they have fatigued and they need to be replaced. So I thought, for a simple tool, it actually could come in handy every once in a while. The other nice thing about this is it's universal, because it's a spark plug wire tester. So you can use this on your lawn mowers and your leaf blowers and your ATVs and all that other kind of motorcycles, etc. Obviously, there are many vehicles whose the routing of spark plug wires would make it difficult to really get across the whole wire. But the nice thing about this is you can test at the coil pack and say, okay, I know the coil pack is sending spark into the wire. Then you can move it near the cylinder head and see if you're still getting a flashing light. So you don't actually have to trace along the entire length of the wire. That would just allow you to identify exactly where the break is. But you could just plug this in, go at the coil pack, say it's good, and then go at the cylinder head and say it's not flashing. It's definitely bad or a weak spark plug wire. And I thought, for such a simple tool, it actually could come in handy. As far as its overall build quality, they could have put in a strain relief back here. I'm a little disappointed on that. They did do something to prevent you from tugging on that little neon light. They could have done something where they maybe made the bulb stick into this hole, so it might be a little bit easier to see. I do like the little aluminum end. Besides that, it's a pretty simple device, and it was only like $5 or something. It was super duper cheap. Anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. I should say, even for this electrical device, it has a lifetime warranty, which really is pretty rare for anything that has any type of wires or electrics associated with it, even a simple device like that. So I do appreciate that performance tool. So if this does end up fatiguing and you have issues with it, fortunately, this is a device that's pretty easy in and of itself to test to make sure that it's working. And if you have a problem, they'll replace it. So anyway, I really appreciate everybody who's been watching and subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And don't hesitate to leave any comments as well. Until next time, Catus Maximus out.